Have you ever noticed that certain men act differently when you're around, in ways that are subtle yet impossible to ignore? Maybe it's the way his eyes light up when you enter the room, or how he seems to find excuses to be near you without even saying it. These aren't random actions. They are silent signals of emotional excitement and attachment, revealing feelings he might not express in words. Sometimes, men can be guarded or reserved, making it hard to know if their interest is genuine. But the truth is, their body language, small gestures, and even the tone of their voice often speak louder than words ever could. When a man feels a deep emotional connection, your presence triggers a series of instinctive reactions. He might become more energetic, subtly mirror your movements, or laugh at jokes you barely think are funny. These actions are not performed deliberately. They are natural responses that reflect genuine emotional investment. Understanding these cues can help you see beyond the surface, giving you clarity about how he truly feels. Many people overlook these small signs because they seem insignificant or coincidental. But in reality, they are powerful indicators that a man values you, admires you, and feels emotionally alive when you're nearby. Whether it's remembering tiny details about your day, initiating small touches, or simply smiling more around you, these behaviors are all connected by one underlying emotion: excitement and attachment. In a world where communication often feels rushed and relationships can be unclear, paying attention to these silent signals gives you insight into his heart and mind. They reveal a side of him that is vulnerable, attentive, and genuinely drawn to you, a side he may never openly confess. By learning to recognize these signs, you can better understand his emotions, deepen your connection, and see the subtle ways he expresses care without saying a word. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore 15 silent signs that a man feels excited and emotionally attached when you're near. Each one is a piece of the puzzle, helping you decode his feelings and understand the depth of his attachment. From the sparkle in his eyes to the way he mirrors your movements, these cues are hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to notice them. If you've ever wondered whether he's truly invested, or if his interest is more than casual, this guide will help you read the unspoken language of his heart. By the end, you will be able to spot the difference between casual friendliness and genuine emotional attachment. These 15 signs aren't just behaviors. They are windows into his feelings, his excitement, and the quiet ways he lets you know you matter more than anyone else. 1. He lights up when he sees you. One of the most telling signs that a man feels genuinely excited when you're near is the way his whole demeanor changes the moment he sees you. His face brightens, his eyes sparkle, and even the smallest gestures, like a grin, a subtle nod, or a quick glance, speak volumes. This isn't just casual happiness. It's an involuntary, almost instinctive reaction. It's his body's way of showing that your presence has a profound effect on him. When he lights up, it's not about superficial attraction. It's emotional stimulation. Your presence triggers excitement in him because he associates you with comfort, happiness, and emotional connection. Even if he tries to hide it, subtle signs like a relaxed posture, leaning slightly toward you, or quickened breathing betray his excitement. He may also display heightened attentiveness, noticing small changes in your appearance or mood because he cares deeply. This reaction is usually consistent, not sporadic. If he lights up every time he sees you, it's a strong indicator of emotional attachment. People naturally mirror what excites them, so this brightness is his unspoken acknowledgement of how much your presence matters to him. Over time, these moments accumulate and become a silent, undeniable signal of his deep emotional engagement. In short, when a man lights up at your sight, it's a visible, heartfelt reaction that can't be faked. It reflects excitement, admiration, and emotional attachment all at once. 2. His voice changes around you. Another subtle yet powerful sign of emotional attachment is the way a man's voice changes when he's near you. This can happen in tone, pitch, speed, or volume, and often occurs unconsciously. When he speaks to you, his voice may soften, become warmer, or carry a playful undertone. These changes are not random. They indicate heightened emotional sensitivity. Humans instinctively modulate their voice around someone they care about. He subconsciously wants to sound pleasant, engaging, and approachable to you. Sometimes, his words might flow faster, or he might pause more often, reflecting his nervous excitement. He may laugh more easily or use a tone that is more intimate than he would with others. These vocal shifts show that he is emotionally invested in how you perceive him and that your presence affects him deeply. Over time, this pattern becomes noticeable. The voice he uses with you differs consistently from the one he uses with friends or colleagues. Even in casual conversation, the way he emphasizes certain words, softens others, or adds subtle inflections reflects subconscious excitement and attachment. Observing these vocal cues can reveal what he's feeling without him ever saying it aloud. Essentially, a man's voice around you is a silent barometer of his emotions. Changes in tone, rhythm, and pitch will silently communicate that he feels energized, connected, and emotionally drawn to you. 3. He finds reasons to be close to you. A man who feels genuinely excited when you're near will often create opportunities to be around you, even subtly. These reasons might seem casual or coincidental, but they are deliberate attempts to bridge distance and increase interaction. He may happen to be in the same room, start conversations about shared interests, or ask for help in small ways, all as excuses to spend time near you. This isn't about obligation, it's about desire. Your presence triggers positive emotions in him, and he actively seeks moments to experience that feeling. Even in group settings, he might position himself closer to you, gravitate toward activities where you are involved, or offer to accompany you somewhere just for the chance to be near you. These actions can be unconscious at first, but consistent behavior reveals emotional attachment. He may also use subtle touches, shared tasks, or collaborative projects as opportunities to interact, making proximity natural rather than forced. The excitement he feels manifests in how he prioritizes moments with you over others, often without overtly expressing it. Over time, these small efforts accumulate, creating a pattern that signals deep interest and emotional connection. Essentially, when a man finds reasons to be near you, it's a clear, silent declaration of excitement, attachment, and the desire to maintain closeness, even if he never says it out loud. 4. He mirrors your movements subtly. One of the most unconscious yet telling signs of emotional attachment is when a man subtly mirrors your movements. This isn't deliberate copying. It's a psychological reflection that happens when someone feels deeply connected or excited in your presence. You might notice that he adopts similar postures, gestures, or speech patterns without even realizing it. For example, if you lean forward while talking, he may lean forward too. If you cross your legs, he might mirror that action shortly after. These subtle cues indicate empathy, interest, and emotional synchronization. Mirroring is a natural human behavior. It signals that he is attuned to your actions and wants to build rapport. It also fosters comfort, making interactions smoother and more emotionally connected. The more he mirrors you, the stronger his attachment likely is. Often, this behavior extends beyond physical movements to facial expressions, tone of voice, or even laughter. If he laughs when you laugh, smiles when you smile, or adjusts his pace to match yours, these are all indicators that your presence excites him emotionally. Subtle mirroring is a silent, powerful way he communicates his interest and attachment without words. Over time, these small reflections create a sense of harmony between you, enhancing emotional intimacy. When you notice consistent mirroring, it's a strong signal that he feels emotionally drawn to you and wants to connect on a deeper, almost instinctive level. 5. His eyes stay fixed on you. A man's eyes often reveal what he cannot say out loud. One clear sign that he feels excitement and emotional attachment is when his gaze lingers on you longer than usual. It's not just casual glances. It's a focused, almost magnetic attention that signals deep interest. When he keeps his eyes on you, he is actively absorbing your presence, expressions, and even subtle gestures. This prolonged attention reflects curiosity, admiration, and a subconscious desire to connect. You might notice that he watches when you laugh, notices the way you move, or follows your gestures during conversation. His gaze may also convey emotions he cannot articulate: warmth, fascination, or longing. Often, This sustained eye contact is paired with micro-expressions like raised eyebrows, slight smiles, or softening of the eyes, all signaling positive emotional responses. In social settings, even when distracted, he may return his attention to you repeatedly, showing that your presence excites him more than anything else around. Eyes are a powerful window into emotional attachment. Unlike words, they are instinctive and difficult to fake consistently. When a man's gaze stays fixed on you, it indicates that he values your presence, feels emotionally stimulated by it, and is silently communicating interest and excitement without speaking. 6. He smiles more often around you. Another unmistakable sign that a man feels excited in your presence is the frequency and authenticity of his smiles. When he's around you, you may notice that he smiles more often, and these smiles are usually genuine, reaching his eyes and creating a warmth that radiates naturally. This isn't just polite or social smiling. It's a reflection of emotional joy and comfort. The presence of someone we care about stimulates positive emotions, and smiling is an instinctive expression of those feelings. You may also notice that his smiles appear spontaneously, sometimes even in response to small, seemingly insignificant things you do. He may laugh at your jokes more readily, grin at your achievements, or smile simply at your presence. These reactions are unconscious but highly revealing, indicating that he experiences emotional pleasure from being near you. Smiling more around you also communicates approachability and openness, showing that he feels relaxed yet energized by your company. Over time, these smiles create a subtle emotional bond, signaling attachment, excitement, and admiration. If a man consistently smiles more in your presence than he does with others, it's a clear sign that he's emotionally invested and finds joy in your proximity. Smiles, especially authentic ones, are a silent but powerful expression of connection and affection. 7. He laughs at your jokes, even the small ones. A subtle but strong sign that a man is emotionally excited around you is how he responds to your humor. When he laughs at even the smallest jokes or the things you barely consider funny, it's a reflection of emotional attachment and admiration. His laughter isn't forced or polite. It's an instinctive response to your presence and personality. Laughing at your humor, especially minor or casual remarks, indicates that he values your thoughts and finds joy simply in your expressions. This behavior shows that he is attuned to your energy, actively seeking to connect with you on an emotional level. Often, he may also amplify his laughter slightly or smile afterward, as if celebrating the shared moment. This reaction goes beyond social courtesy. It's about creating closeness, fostering positive interaction, and subtly signaling interest. People who are emotionally invested tend to overvalue moments with a person they care about, which is why even small jokes can elicit genuine excitement and amusement. Over time, this behavior creates a pattern. Your presence triggers happiness and positive emotions in him, and he expresses this through laughter. If you notice that he laughs more around you than he does with others, it's a clear, silent sign of his emotional investment, excitement, and subconscious desire to deepen the connection. His laughter becomes a reflection of the joy and attachment he feels without needing words. 8. He acts slightly nervous or fidgety. A man who feels emotionally excited in your presence may display subtle signs of nervousness or fidgeting. This behavior often appears as restless movements, tapping fingers, shifting weight, adjusting clothing, or glancing around frequently. While nervousness might seem negative at first glance, in this context, it's a positive indicator of emotional attachment. His body is responding instinctively to the heightened significance of your presence. The slight fidgeting signals that he wants to make a good impression, is aware of your attention, and feels excitement that he cannot fully control. Emotional attachment often triggers physiological responses. Heart rate increases, adrenaline rises, and small gestures of restlessness appear. These signs are more pronounced when he deeply cares about how you perceive him or values your opinion. Even if he tries to appear composed, subtle nervous habits betray his emotional state. Over time, these microsigns, combined with his attention and engagement, form a clear pattern. Your presence stimulates excitement, anticipation, and emotional vulnerability. Recognizing these small behaviors can help you understand the depth of his feelings without him ever saying it aloud. Slight nervousness is a silent but unmistakable reflection of attachment, admiration, and the excitement he feels simply being near you. 9. He tries to make you notice him. When a man feels emotionally attached and excited around you, he will often make subtle efforts to draw your attention. These gestures can be quiet, adjusting his appearance, positioning himself within your line of sight, or subtly engaging in activities he knows you will notice. Unlike overt attempts to impress, these actions are instinctive and often subconscious, reflecting his desire for connection. He may compliment you indirectly, share stories that align with your interests, or laugh in ways that naturally catch your attention. This behavior stems from the excitement he feels in your presence and the hope that you recognize his emotional investment. He wants to create opportunities for interaction, even in small ways, because being noticed by you validates his feelings and strengthens the emotional bond. Over time, these subtle cues, body language, verbal hints, or shared glances, accumulate into a pattern signaling that he is emotionally drawn to you. The effort to be noticed is rarely forced. It flows naturally from genuine interest and emotional attachment. Essentially, when a man tries to make you notice him, it is his silent way of expressing excitement, admiration, and desire for connection, without needing to declare it outright. These small, consistent gestures reveal a deeper emotional layer that words alone cannot capture. 10. He initiates small touches naturally. One of the most intimate and telling signs that a man feels emotionally attached and excited in your presence is the way he initiates small touches. These are often subtle, like brushing your arm lightly, a gentle pat on the back, or an accidental but intentional touch when passing by. Unlike casual contact with others, these gestures carry emotional significance. Touch is a powerful nonverbal communicator. It conveys comfort, trust, and attachment without words. When he initiates touch naturally, it indicates that he wants to create closeness and deepen the emotional bond between you. The key is that these touches feel effortless, not forced or awkward. They flow organically as part of his excitement and comfort around you. Often, these gestures are accompanied by other subtle signals, like prolonged eye contact, smiles, or leaning slightly toward you. Initiating touch also allows him to gauge your comfort and reaction, reflecting his sensitivity and emotional attunement. Over time, consistent small touches build familiarity, intimacy, and a quiet sense of connection. This behavior is a silent language of affection. It communicates excitement, emotional involvement, and a desire to maintain closeness. If a man frequently initiates gentle, natural contact, it's a clear sign that he's emotionally engaged and enjoys being near you on both a physical and emotional level. 11. He becomes more energetic in your presence. A subtle yet unmistakable sign of emotional attachment is the increase in a man's energy when you are around. You may notice him speaking with more enthusiasm, moving with liveliness, or engaging more actively in activities when you're present. This heightened energy is not accidental. It stems from the excitement and joy he feels simply from being near you. Emotional attachment triggers physiological responses like increased dopamine and adrenaline, which can make him appear more animated and engaged than usual. He may laugh more, share stories with added expression, or exhibit gestures that are livelier and more pronounced. This energy is often infectious, drawing you into the interaction and enhancing mutual connection. Unlike his usual demeanor, which might be calm or reserved, his excitement around you reveals how much your presence stimulates him emotionally. Over time, this pattern becomes clear. Your proximity energizes him in subtle yet noticeable ways. The liveliness is not about seeking attention superficially. It reflects genuine emotional investment, joy, and anticipation. Observing these changes can help you recognize his attachment and interest without him ever needing to voice it explicitly. Simply put, a man's elevated energy around you is a silent but powerful indicator of emotional excitement, engagement, and affection. 12. He engages in deep conversations with you. A man who feels excited and emotionally attached to you will seek meaningful interaction, often engaging in deep conversations. These discussions go beyond casual topics or surface-level chit-chat. He wants to explore your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Emotional attachment drives him to understand you on a deeper level, fostering connection and trust. He may ask thoughtful questions, listen intently, or share personal stories to create intimacy. The excitement he feels around you often motivates him to open up, revealing aspects of his personality that he might keep hidden from others. Deep conversations are a window into his emotional world, and his willingness to participate signals vulnerability, interest, and attachment. You may notice that he remembers details from previous conversations, follows up on your opinions, and shows genuine curiosity about your life. This pattern reflects that your presence stimulates emotional engagement and mental focus, enhancing the bond between you. A man who consistently seeks depth in communication with you is emotionally invested and values the connection beyond casual interaction. These conversations are silent indicators of his admiration, excitement, and commitment to understanding you, creating a foundation for emotional intimacy that words alone cannot fully express. 13. He remembers details about your day. A subtle but powerful sign that a man is emotionally attached to you is his ability to remember small details about your day. Whether it's a story you casually mentioned, a challenge you faced, or even what you had for lunch, he recalls it and brings it up later. This shows that he pays close attention to your life and values what you say. Emotional attachment heightens awareness. When he listens actively, it's because he genuinely cares and is excited to stay connected to your experiences. Remembering such details isn't about trying to impress. It's a natural reflection of interest and emotional engagement. This attention to detail demonstrates empathy, validation, and the desire to show that he's invested in your well-being. Over time, these small but consistent acts of recollection build trust and intimacy, creating a sense that is present not just physically but emotionally. It's also a way for him to subtly communicate that you matter to him, without needing to express it outright. A man who remembers and references even minor details of your day is silently showing his excitement, admiration, and emotional attachment, making you feel seen, valued, and understood in ways that are both genuine and deeply personal. 14. He looks for opportunities to spend time together. One of the clearest signs a man feels excited and emotionally attached to you is when he actively seeks chances to spend time together. These opportunities might appear coincidental, but they are usually deliberate efforts to be near you. He may suggest shared activities, offer help, or simply find ways to overlap in routine events. This behavior reflects that your presence stimulates joy and emotional energy, prompting him to create moments of interaction. Emotional attachment drives him to prioritize time with you over other distractions or commitments, demonstrating how much he values the connection. Even casual encounters, sitting next to you during a meeting, walking together, or joining the same social activity, can be expressions of this desire. Over time, his consistent efforts to be near you indicate genuine interest and excitement. Seeking proximity also allows him to strengthen emotional bonds naturally, creating shared experiences that foster closeness. When a man looks for opportunities to spend time with you, it's a silent but unmistakable signal of emotional attachment, showing that your company excites him and that he cherishes the connection you share. 15. He feels comfortable showing his true self around you. A man who is emotionally attached and excited in your presence will naturally feel safe being authentic. He won't hide quirks, vulnerabilities, or his genuine thoughts. He trusts that you will accept him as he is. This comfort stems from emotional security and the excitement of connection, allowing him to express himself without fear of judgment. He may share personal stories, admit mistakes, or reveal feelings he keeps hidden from others, demonstrating his investment in building a real bond. Being able to be oneself is a sign of trust and attachment, as it requires vulnerability and confidence in your emotional response. Over time, this authenticity fosters intimacy and strengthens the relationship, signaling that your presence has a positive and stabilizing effect on him. He may also show subtle signs of relaxation, like natural body language, open posture, and ease in conversation. These behaviors indicate that he feels emotionally stimulated yet safe, allowing his true self to emerge naturally. When a man feels comfortable showing his true self around you, it is a silent but profound signal that he is emotionally attached, genuinely interested, and excited by the connection he shares with you.